When people think of the fame of Vincent van Gogh, they often imagine a sudden posthumous recognition, as if the world simply discovered him. But this version of events leaves out one of the most important figures in art history, Johanna van Gogh-Bonger. Without her determination, intelligence, and strategic vision, Van Gogh might have remained an obscure painter known only to a handful of artists. Instead, thanks to Johanna, he became one of the most celebrated artists of all time. This is the story of how one woman, armed with conviction and persistence, transformed a neglected body of work into a global legacy. Johanna van Gogh-Bonger's journey into the art world began not with ambition, but with tragedy. She was married to Theo van Gogh, an art dealer who had supported Vincent both financially and emotionally throughout his life. Theo believed deeply in his brother's talent, even when few others did. In 1890, Vincent died at the age of 37. Just 6 months later, Theo also passed away, leaving Johanna a widow at only 28 years old, with a young child to raise. Along with her grief, she inherited something unexpected: over 400 paintings and hundreds of drawings by Vincent, as well as a large collection of letters between the two brothers. At the time, these works were not considered particularly valuable. Van Gogh had sold very few paintings during his lifetime, and his art was largely misunderstood. Johanna suddenly found herself responsible for a vast collection that few people wanted, and even fewer understood. What set Johanna apart was her ability to see what others could not. While many dismissed Van Gogh's paintings as strange or overly emotional, she recognized their power and originality. She understood that his work was ahead of its time. Rather than selling the paintings quickly for financial security, Johanna made a bold decision. She would preserve the collection and promote Vincent's work herself. She began by carefully organizing the paintings and studying Vincent's letters. These letters became crucial to her mission, as they revealed the depth of his thoughts, his artistic philosophy, and the emotional struggles behind his work. Johanna realized that to truly appreciate Vincent's art, people needed to understand the man behind it. Johanna approached her task with both passion and strategy. She did not attempt to flood the market with Van Gogh's paintings. Instead, she carefully selected works to exhibit, ensuring that each showing would build interest and prestige. She organized exhibitions in the Netherlands, and later in major cultural centers such as Paris and Berlin. These exhibitions introduced Van Gogh's work to influential artists, critics, and collectors. One of Johanna's most brilliant contributions was her decision to publish Vincent's letters. These letters, particularly those addressed to Theo, offered a deeply personal insight into his life and work. In 1914, she published a collection of these letters, which had a profound impact on how people perceived Van Gogh. Readers were struck by his intelligence, sensitivity, and dedication to art. The letters humanized him, transforming him from a misunderstood painter into a relatable and tragic figure. By the early 20th century, Johanna's efforts began to pay off. Van Gogh's work gained recognition among artists and collectors, and his influence spread across Europe. His style inspired new artistic movements, including Expressionism. Major exhibitions showcased his paintings, and demand for his work grew steadily. What had once been dismissed as strange or excessive was now celebrated as innovative and deeply expressive. Johanna continued to manage the collection carefully, ensuring that Van Gogh's reputation grew without being diluted. She sold some works strategically while retaining others, helping to maintain both interest and value. Johanna van Gogh-Bonger died in 1925, but by then Vincent van Gogh was well on his way to becoming one of the most famous artists in the world. Today, his paintings are displayed in major museums and are admired by millions. Institutions such as the Van Gogh Museum stand as a testament not only to Vincent's genius, but also to Johanna's dedication. Without her, it is unlikely that such collections would exist in their current form. Her work also set a precedent for how artists' legacies can be managed and preserved. She demonstrated the importance of storytelling, curation, and strategic promotion, concepts that are now central to the art world. The story of Vincent van Gogh's fame is incomplete without Johanna van Gogh-Bonger. While Vincent created the art, it was Johanna who ensured that the world would see it, understand it, and appreciate it. In the end, Johanna did more than make Van Gogh famous. She gave his work a voice, a context, and a future. Thanks to her, the world did not just discover Vincent van Gogh, it came to understand him.